Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Okay, now I want each and everyone to understand that there's something I need us to really put into proper consideration. Everything you have ever imagined, everything, I mean, every single thing you can ever imagine is possible because you have a mind. Everything, everything. Think about it. The phone you are using to connect to this Zoom section right now was somebody's brainchild. Somebody thought of it. Somebody thought of it and brought it to life and engaged their creative ability to produce it. Now, you can pay to buy it, but once upon a time, it was somebody's brainchild. Somebody thought of how can I create something that is going to serve as a means of communication that I can be in Lagos and I can be talking to someone in UK. It's a mindset thing, and that's how powerful your mind is. You can create anything, anything you can conceive upstairs here, you can achieve. Anything, name it, anything whatsoever that you can conceive, you can achieve. So that is why I tell people when we were growing up, there were a lot of things that our environment deprived us of. And one of the major things is the things we see. Most of us were born into some kind of environment that did not give us the privilege to dream bigger. It didn't give us the privilege to actually see things from a bigger perspective. It was when we got to some certain level, certain stage, that was when we start seeing things from a different perspective entirely. Things you thought were not possible. It was when you got yourself into some kind of environment, you started believing that, oh wow, it's actually possible. I still remember once upon a time ago when I see people using iPhone, it looks like another miracle entirely. I'm like, oh wow, iPhone. No, I'm even getting too close. The days of BlackBerry. So when I see people using BlackBerry, it looks like they have made it in their entire life. But where's the BlackBerry now? Now, I didn't blame myself. I was just a boy. And the kind of environment I was born into, I was forced and made to believe anybody that use an iPhone, anybody that use a BlackBerry is a rich person. So unconsciously, I was already talking myself down. I was seeing myself as a poor person because I did not have access to those kind of luxury as at that time. So environment is powerful. It influences your mind. So that's why you need to be very particular about your mind. And that is why this scripture in the Bible said, one of the most powerful scripture in the Bible, as a man thinketh, as a man thinketh, so is he. That's to tell you how powerful your thought is. And what influences your thought is the deposit you put in your mind. Trust me, go and try it. I've been moving with people that like normal. What they do is millions, millions, billions, millions, billions. So my mindset unconsciously has been made to see those figures as normal. But once upon a time ago, it looked so big. Like it looked very big. But when I changed my environment, changed the kind of people I was rolling with, I started seeing a lot of impossibilities as possibilities. Please, I need you to follow me closely because I'm trying to establish what I'm about to dish out tonight. Your mind. I don't want to know the current level you are right now. You can actually outgrow it if you were intensifying on upgrading your mind. And that's exactly why we are starting the whole 90 days cash flow challenge with mindset shift. So let's go. Now, before we get right into it, I want us to do something real quick. You don't need to unmute your mic. Just say it after me wherever it is that you are. Just say it after me wherever it is that you are. You don't need to unmute your mic. Are we good? So if you are ready, say let me see ready in the chat box. Are we ready to say this together? Because there's so much power in the tongue, in your words. I'm a big believer of what you say. What you say is very powerful. Very powerful. Very powerful. If you are ready to say this, let me say ready. You don't need to unmute your mic. You don't need to unmute your mic. You don't need to unmute your mic. Just comment ready and say it after me. Let me see. Ready? Okay. Ready, 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 ready. Okay. Okay, good. I think good. I want to be like, are we all following? Everybody ready? Okay, good. Ready. Good. All right. So let's go. Let's go. Hi. So you put your name there. Hi, Emmanuel Oluwadunsin Dada Ayodeji. Confess that I am a zillionaire in the making. I am a visionary, a go-getter, and a believer in my own limitless potential. I confess that I have a passion for financial freedom, and I am willing to put in the work to achieve it. I am a master of my own destiny, and I will stop at nothing to create the life that I desire. I confess that I am not afraid to take risks, to challenge the status quo, and to push beyond my comfort zone. I am a trailblazer, a pace setter, and a force to be reckoned with. I confess that I am surrounded by a community of like-minded individuals who share my vision, my values, and my determination, and together we are unstoppable. I confess that I am a zillionaire in the making, and I will not rest until I achieve my goal. I will not be deterred by obstacles. I will not be discouraged by setbacks. And I will, excuse me, and I will not be satisfied with anything less than greatness. I am a zillionaire in the making, and I am unstoppable. Watch me rise. Watch me rise. So if you've said that confession, give me some thumbs up in the chat box. Give me some thumbs up in the chat box. You can as well screenshot this. I personally feel this is what you should wake up and tell you literally need to be telling yourself this every day, because I pity people who undermine the power of what is coming out of their mouth. I pity you a great deal. You don't know what that thing is doing to you. And that's why if you are very close to me, you will notice that I don't joke with things you say to me. There are some kind of words you can't use around me. Not like I'm proud, but my body system will never be used to it. Some vulgar words, and let's try. You can't use some kind of words around me. Let me just put it that way, because I am very big on the kind of words that come out of your mouth. Irene, you're welcome. Screenshot that confession. We just make it when you were not here. So screenshot it and say it to yourself every day. Put it on your status. Like, let people know that you belong to a clan of the mighty. Now, let's get to it. So what is money blueprint? Your money blueprint is how you think, feel, and act about money. And this is one of the major root of cause for poverty or riches. Your money blueprint is how you think, feel, and act about money. This is one of the major root cause of those that are poor and those that are rich. Now, you need to understand that the world operates by the principle of duality. The world functions on the principle of duality. Now, what do I mean by the principle of duality? You are either rich or poor. That stuff is either good or bad. You are either light or dark. It's either a yes or a no. So you need to first understand this, that the world functions on the principle of duality. So that brings me to narrate it to money matter that we're going to be talking tonight, and the mindset that backs it up. There is the outer laws of money, and there is the inner laws of money. There's the outer laws of money, and there's the inner laws of money. We're going to get there. So what you believe, what you see on the outside is controlled by the things you don't see. And if you attend a very solid local assembly, you must have heard this adage that says the visible is controlled by the invisible. The spiritual is what controls the physical realm. This physical realm is what controls the spiritual realm, is what controls the physical realm. That's exactly how the world of money works. So what your tower emits from within is what determines the kind of money you attract. If you attract low, then it's not the money, it is you. Check inward. What is your mindset? What is your approach to money making? That's what actually determines what is. I agree into this understanding as well. I came into the full understanding of what I am actually teaching us tonight. 80%, according to my research, 80% of people live based on what they can see. 80% of the people live based on what they can see. Now, when you see a mango tree with fruit, all you see is the fruit. You don't see the so much work, just like that diagram you're seeing in front on your screen. You don't see the so much work that has gone underneath. Can you see it? Exactly. So that's how the realm of money also work. That billions you are seeing people make, that trillions you are seeing people make, there is a factor responsible for it underneath that is not physical to, that's not visible to everybody. There is the book they are reading. There is the course they are taking. You won't see a lot of things that you see on the outside is governed by a lot of things on the inside that you don't see. That's exactly what this analogy is trying to say. The fruit, the result that are visible, and the root. So until you adjust your root and become intentional about what you are taking in, don't complain about what is coming out. I'll say that again. Until you pay close attention to what you are taking in, don't complain about what is coming out. If you are a thousandaire right now, it is because what you are taking in its quality, it's in thousandaire form. If you are a millionaire right now, it is because what you are taking in, the roots you have taken downward, is what is bearing that million fruit upward. Am I making sense? Because many a times, these are the things they don't teach us in school. And we wonder why we are not getting some kind of result. It is because of the things that we are not particular about, which are the invisible things. Now, when I say the invisible things, they are the things that is not evident to everybody on the outside. You are the only one that knows. When I'm reading behind closed doors, you will not see me. When I'm praying, you don't see me. But when God answers my prayer, it is evident to everybody, right? Exactly the same thing about money. Am I making sense? Are you getting value already? Aha. I'm very, very sure that after this section, you will not complain, except you don't wait till the end of this section. You will never complain about why you don't have money again after tonight's section. So follow me closely. Now, let's get into the psychology of wealth. You need to understand, just like I said, it is the invisible that controls the visible. It is the visible that controls the invincible. So look at it. Mental, emotional, and spiritual. All of those things are what contribute to what you now see on the outside. Mental, what you take in mentally, what you are taking in spiritually, and what you are allowing to affect your emotions. At the end of the day, breadfruit gives results. That's what you are now seeing on the outside. That's what is physical. That is what is physical. Whatever it is that you read, the classes that you take, those you listen to, these things matter a great deal. It matters a great deal. So it is very, very, very important that you become more intentional about the things that you allow to go into your head, the people you surround yourself with that makes you feel a certain kind of way, and the kind of, see, I'm a big believer in the fact that you have to be very intentional about the kind of church you go. It contributes a great deal into some kind of things that you believe. Your belief system, everything, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. These are the things that affect the physical things that you see on the outside. They go a long way in influencing anything. So that's why once you put or once you expose your mental state to something very cheap, anything expensive hits you like, it's too expensive. Why would they sell a shirt for 3 million? It is because over the years, your own mental capacity, what you have been feeding it with, have been things that are not less than 5,000 naira. So whenever you get into an environment where they are doing something more, something hits you that, it's too much. Meanwhile, don't forget that that is some people's daily flow. Like they see it as normal. So I'll share this practical example with us. So I was in this store here in Abuja. I went there. So I went to price wristwatches, and I got closer and I saw this wristwatch, 950,000. Just one wristwatch. Just one. One. 950,000 naira. Right there and there in my presence, someone walked in and swiped his card, paid for one wristwatch, 750,000 naira. Wristwatch, just one, just one, 750K just for one wristwatch. Now, for you that is used to wristwatch of 2K, 3K, that will seem irrational. Your brain will fight it. And I don't blame you. And that's the reason why we are starting this 90 days cash flow challenge with this mindset shift. Because to him, it is normal. Someone like that, maybe that person is earning an average of 50 million, 60 million naira in a month. So buying a wristwatch of 750,000 is a normal thing. But to you, it looks like all the money in the world. Eh? How will someone buy a wristwatch of 750K? Just one. It's possible. You need to push your mind. See, your mind is actually the major problem here. And that's why we are starting out by attacking it first. Because if you don't upgrade it, nothing will change. Nothing will change if you don't upgrade it. So you can imagine that kind of person now buying a wristwatch of 750,000 naira. So how do you now expect someone like that to be used to some kind of life? Not possible. So guys, as you leave after this section tonight, one thing is sure, you will not live the same way you came. Start seeing luxury as a necessity. Did you get what I said? Start seeing luxury as a necessity. Stop saying you can't afford it. Stop saying you can't afford it. Start saying you would push yourself to become someone who can buy it. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Good. So you need to be very intentional about what you fill your mental space with, the kind of people that influence your emotions, things you see that influence your emotion, and the kind of spirituality, whatever you engage in. These are the churches, the kind of church you go to, the way you pray, the way you everything in and around spiritual. These are the contributions that influence what your physical whatever gives birth to. Am I making sense now? For someone like that now that bought a wristwatch of 750K in their house, maybe that's even the smallest thing to buy. Exactly, is a norm. So if you move with that kind of person for a month, automatically, unconsciously, you adjust. It will take time, it will take time. But in a month, under a month, you will now start getting used to seeing it that it is normal. It is going to now look normal. Why? Because you are now moving, and that's why you have to be very intentional about the kind of people you call friends. You cannot want to be a multi-millionaire and 5 of your friends are broke. 2 broke people cannot help each other. Now, I'm not saying you should desert your friends or leave them, but you should be intentional about relating with some kind of people that force you to level up. And that's one of the things the 90 days cash flow challenge is going to do for you. You need to begin to surround yourself with people that make you see luxury stuff as normal. Things that you envision to be something very major. Start acquainting yourself with environment, relationships that helps you see it as a normal thing. Because until your mind conceive it, you will never achieve it. Just like the 90 days cash flow challenge. If you don't envision the kind of amount you want to end that 90 days with, you will not make it. And you and I know our system is so sure that if you tell yourself that you want to make 10 million naira in 90 days, you can make it. You know, except for the new set of folks that are on this Zoom call. And by Monday, you are going to see the practicality of that, whatever. So get ready. Big congratulations. Let's celebrate our new connector. That's Timmy, the person of Timmy Black. He collected last week, using 3 world portals now. He's using 3 world portals now. He was the recent person we got connected. So I think up next is Olagbaye Precious. So I am going to have your own personal section with you where you are going to see how you get connected. Yes, of course, you should know by now that things like this will not just come for free, but there are some things that I am supposed to be charging for that I will not be charging for, which is these trainings. Like, get ready for quality trainings. Get ready, like your mind will literally move to the next level. And once I can get that done, move your mind from a place of not enough to a permanent place of abundance, everything else around you will conform. That's why I'm going to be intensifying on mindset. So the 90 days cash flow challenge is going to be intensifying on 3 things. Number 1, I wrote it down. Please give me a moment. Yes, number 1 is the first month, which is April. I'm going to be activating our mindset for the million flow, which has already started. The second month, which is May, I'm going to be activating the skill set and tool set that is required for the million flow. And by June, we are now going to be activating the social capital for the million flow. Can you see it? We'll start because we know that mindset is the foundational requirement. We'll activate all through the month of April. We are going to be activating your mindset for the million flow, to attract the million flow. So if I were you, this is the best time now to tell all your friends about this 90 days. If I were you, and you bear me witness, you cannot pass by my status and not see it, so that by the time changes begin to happen, they will not tell you that they did not know, that you did not tell them. This 90 days cash flow challenge is going to be intense. It's going to be powerful. It's going to push you. That's one thing it's going to do. It's going to push you. It's going to force you to level up. And you can bear witness already with this first exposure that you all are experiencing. So the first one is activating. We're going to be activating everybody's mindset in the month of May for the million flow. The second one, which is May, we are going to be activating you with this tool set and the skill set. Tool set and the skill set for the million flow. Then the last one, we're now going to convert your social capital to the million flow for you. If you are listening to me right now, whatever does not like the minimum, please, let's welcome Timmy Black. I'm not like, let's give some energy in the chat box. Welcoming is not easy. I mean, the day I showed him was the day he connected. I didn't even present too much for him. He was already tired of average. I just met me at the right time. Let me put it that way. He was tired of the average. He connected immediately we met. Immediately we connected in Abuja. Bam, he went for 3 world portals. So please, let's celebrate him in the chat box for me. Celebrate him, celebrate him, celebrate him. Yes. So that is what we are going to be doing in the next 90 days. In the next 90 days. So I'm sure you can already see how the possible, just like I was saying, whatever does not make you make 1 million in this 90 days, even if your village people are following you, they will go back. Now that you are part of this clan, you are part of this tribe, they will go back. So the goal is to make sure that everybody that is a part of the 90 days challenge, this 90 days cash flow challenge, the least you are expected to, you can make more, but the least you are making is 1 million in 90 days. But rest assured that it will push you. You make some sacrifices that you don't make on a normal day, which will separate you from the majority. So in turn, you are coming and belonging to the member of the minority, the member of the conscious minority. Am I making sense? Who is excited for this 90 days cash flow challenge already? Let me see your excitement, whatever, in the chat box. So let's get it moving. So like I said, it is your mental, spiritual, and emotional deposit that influence what you see on the physical. That is what influences what you see in the physical. Am I making sense? Good. Now, let me make it more practical. So when someone is resting, when you see someone enjoying rest like this, let me put it this way. This person that is sleeping, this person has created system and structures for herself that allows her to enjoy her life to the fullest. She can sleep. She can decide to sleep on a Monday morning. They did not burn a banker well to try this. Right? Exactly. You see people driving a Porsche, making so much money, getting fit. All of these things are a result of things that they are doing behind closed doors that you are not seeing. when you see them, the pain, pushing out the bones and the muscles. Now, normally, have you seen someone that is as slim as me become very heavy, become very butch? Why? Because they eat the gym, right? So what we were not seeing, a lot was going on in the gym room when he was pushing all the thing. So at the end of the day, boom, it showed, right? Exactly. The same thing when you see people driving cars, exotic cars, they did not steal it. There is something that they are doing that you don't know. Now, this is to buttress the fact that it is the invisible that controls the visible. So stop envying people that have this kind of result. The question you should be asking is, what is responsible for the kind of result that they are providing, that they are presenting, that you are seeing? Something is responsible for it. Something is responsible for it. So declare after me. We are going to be having a lot of declarations in this section. My inner world creates my outer world. My inner world, say it. Say it where you don't need to unmute your mic. Just say it wherever you are. Say it loud and clear to yourself. My inner world creates my outer world. Say it 5 times. My inner world creates my outer world.
My inner world creates
My inner world creates my outer world. 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 It is what you are like, what is invincible that gives birth to what you are seeing on the outside. It is what is invincible that gives birth to the visible. So don't complain about being poor is a physical consequence of what you are not doing right in the inner world. Anything you see on the outside, maybe you are not fit, you are not physically fit. It is not about your physical whatever. It is you eating the gym. Go and deal with it in the inner world. That's your gym. Then if you are not having any money right now, check it. Your mindset, your approach to money. Those are the inner responsibilities that you need to take. So when you do that, the outer world does not have any other option but to respond to what you have done about your inner world. Am I making sense? Aha. So let's proceed. Now, so this is how we create results. I want you to look at this diagram carefully. I took out time to put together this section. Look at it very well. I want you to look at this very, very well. You can as well screenshot it. I personally need to snap it. You can as well screenshot it. This is powerful, guys. A lot of people don't even know this. A lot of people don't even know this. They don't know this. So look at it. Look at it again. Think about it. I'm giving us enough time. Like, I need you to reflect. 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 Good. Are you done reflecting? Yes. Now, your thoughts. This is the process that bets result. Your thought is what influences your feelings. The way you feel is what affects the kind of actions you take. And the kind of actions you take is what gives birth to your result. I'll give you a practical example. Now, before you slap somebody, this process has occurred. Before you abuse somebody, this cycle has occurred. I'll give you a very practical illustration. So let's say there's somebody, maybe you are in an office, you are jealous of that person. You've been jealous of that person before now. Like maybe that person has more money than you and all of that. So you are envying the person. So that's a thought. So you're already nurturing some thought in your heart. So it influences how you feel about that person. So you don't feel good about that person. Why? Because you are jealous. So it started off as a thought. It gave birth to the way you feel about that person. So it influences the kind of actions you take about that person. Any privilege you get to talk that person down, you do it. Any privilege you get to make that person feel uncomfortable, you do it. So it influences your actions. So let's say that person now walks in and do something unintentionally that you do not like. Boom, you did not just slap that person immediately. Boom. You have been nurturing a thought. that led to the way you feel about that person, that prompted you to act the kind of way you acted and gave birth to that result, which is you slapping that person. Can you see the process now? Can you see the process now? Is it making sense? Good. Now, let's bring it to money-making arena. Now, when you think about money as something that is not meant to come to you, it will. Now, what do I mean by what I'm saying? Let me break it down well. I'm coming, please. I'm coming. I want to adjust this. This whatever. Okay. Coming. Okay. Sorry. Was trying to. Please, can we still see my slide? Yes. So back to it. So when you think in some certain kind of way about money, it influences the way you feel. That's what affects the kind of actions you take, and that's what influences your result. Once you think as if you think money is evil, money will run away from you. It will affect the way you feel about it. It will influence the kind of actions you take, and it gives birth to your result. Just link this to anything that you want to give birth to, where result is concerned. Be it money, be it your spiritual life, be it your personal development. The way you think about something affect the way you feel about something, influences the kind of actions you take, then give birth to the result. For some people, they will think what we are doing here is, they don't keep it on. Yeah, it affects the way they feel, it influences their action, and that is why they are still broke. It's not their fault, it's their thought pattern. This is how result is being created. Now, there are 3 methods of conditioning. 3 methods. Number 1 is what you hear. Verbal programming. Verbal programming. The things that you have been made to understand over the years. So you have been made to believe it because you keep hearing it over and over and over again. There are some things now that once they say it, bam, you are used to it. Why? Because you've had it over and over and over again. And I don't know, for some churches, you observe that there's a kind of confession they make that they don't even need to display it before you say it after them. Just like my church now, there's this confession we do. I literally say it without looking at the screen again. Why? Because we have said it over and over and over and over and over again. So that's why you need to be very particular about what you hear. What you hear is very, very important. You can't. This is why you can't surround yourself with people that poisons your ear, saying that every opportunity is a scam. This one is not what is a lie. They are doing this. So when you get to hear more of those things, it influences the kind of decisions you take. Why? Because verbal programming. Verbal programming. One of my mentors will always say this thing. He said, "He who has your ear time has your lifetime." Did you get that? He who has your ear time has hijacked your lifetime, because so far they are the one you are listening to. The quality of what they tell you is the quality of your life. So God forbid that person is a poor person. So far, that's the person that is feeding your ears. It is finished. Even God cannot help you until you disconnect from that verbal programming and begin to hear better things. A lot will not change. You will just be wondering why you are saying no to opportunities. You'll be wondering why a lot of things are going wrong. It is not, see, we are too quick to blame village people. It's not village people. It's not village people. It is you. You just need to pay attention to some things that you have been playing down on. And one of them is verbal programming, the things you hear, the kind of things you hear. The second one is modeling. Who is modeling wealth for you? Who are you listening to? Who is modeling the wealth? And what are the kind of incidents you've exposed yourself to over the years? Now, let's dive into it one after the other. The first one is verbal programming. I'm sure at some point you might have had money is the root of all evil. Now, for you that have believed that money is the root of all evil, you already know that you can never make it. Once you are one of the people that believe this, it is finished. It is finished for you. Once you are one of the people that believe this, it is finished for you. Rich people are greedy. Now, is it you that believes that rich people are greedy, that wants to be rich? Can you see the verbal programming now? Some people go like, you have to work hard to make money. Now, as true as that is, it is to an extent, because the truth is, the real truth is, there's a level you need to get to where you work hard for money. And there should be a phase in your life where money begins to work for you. So if you are one person that solely believes that it is your money, it is you having to work, anytime you need to make money, you have to work hard for it. That's exactly how it should be. You will continue to work hard for that money till you die. And I think it was Warren Buffett that said, if you have to work for every penny you make, that means you are automatically signing up for you working for money till you die. In other news, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will continue to work till you die. And do you really want to keep working till you die? And quick question, do you think the $10, the Dangotes, if they stop working today, I hope you know that they can never be poor again. Why? Because they have moved themselves from a place where they are working for money, and they are now at a level where they are making money work for them. So if you are still one of those that are believing that you always need to work hard for money, I am sorry. That is a wrong programming you need to reset immediately after this meeting. Immediately after this meeting, you need to reset that particular saying. If you don't want to be part of the people that are complaining about money, if you don't want to be part of people that are complaining about money, then be very, very intentional about the kind of belief system that you take in. The kind of belief system that you take in. You cannot be rich and spiritual. Some people have believed that you cannot serve God and be very spiritual and rich. Funny enough, right? Yes, some people have that is a verbal programming that some people grew up with. Some people you've had this one very well. Money does not buy happiness. I beg, give me all the money. Shebi doesn't buy happiness. Give me the money. Give it to me. Money does not grow on trees. We can't afford it. This one, I keep saying it. Stop whenever any opportunity presents itself. Never ever tell yourself you can't afford it, but rather say, how can I afford it? There's close-ended question and there is open-ended question. So whenever you see something now, take for instance, the way I saw that expensive wristwatch now, I could have told myself that I can't afford it. I didn't tell myself that because I understand. What I told myself on that spot was, how can I afford it? So immediately you ask yourself by saying, how can I afford it? You put your brain to work. You will now start thinking that, okay, what are the opportunities around me? What are the opportunities I've said no to in recent times? Let me embark on it. I also want to afford things like this. I also deserve a luxury lifestyle. But immediately you tell yourself you can't afford it, your brain shuts down immediately. You have cut yourself out from the possibility of that thing getting to you. Why? Because you already told yourself you can't afford it. So whenever anything presents itself to you, the first thing you should tell yourself, no matter how ridiculously high the price is, never ever, I for one am a big believer in the truth that nothing is expensive. I might not be able to afford it as at that time, which is why I will ask myself, how can I afford it? But I will never tell myself I can't afford it. Never. I don't want, if they are selling it $100 billion, people are buying it, and those people don't have two heads. So if they don't have two heads, so can I. I can buy it too. So can you see the mindset now? Can you see the approach? Can you see the reason why a lot of people are on the same lane for too long? Is this verbal programming? This verbal programming. Now, what most of us need to know, for those that read finance books, you will know Robert Kiyosaki. He said, my poor dad often said, I would rather be happy than rich. Why the rich dad said, why not be both? Can you see the mindset? Why not be both? That means the poor that believes that it's either they are happy or they are rich. So that means if they are happy, that means they will not be rich. And if they are rich, they will not be happy. Why the rich dad believes that you can actually be rich and happy, you can have it all. Type it in the comment section that you can have it all. You can have it all. You can be rich and happy. You can be wealthy and successful. You can be spiritual and be wealthy. Type it. Let me see in the chat box. I can have it all. Let me see it in the chat. Like everybody, type it in the chat box. I can have it all. I can have it all. I can have it all. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. I can have it all. I can have it all. I want to believe I'm actually talking to the right audience. I can have it all. Yes, let's go. Let's go. I can have it all. 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 Everybody, I can have it all. I can have it all. I can have it all. Yes, yes, you can have it all. You can have it all. You can have it all. Who's here to type that? I want to be very sure everybody is on the same page with me. I can have it all. Put it in the chat box. I can have it all. I can have it all. Yes. You can have it all. You can have it all. Yes. You can have it all. Now, still on that verbal programming, some people still believe that you don't need a lot of money. Some people believe you don't need a lot of money, and that is why you see people finding it very comfortable to work as a civil servant for 35 years, and the government will now end up paying them pensions. No, that's not the kind of life I want. I want to live from an abundance level. I want to have it all. I want to give back. I want to do a lot of things. And I, for one, know the salary mentality can never, ever get me there. I know it like I know my name. So that is why you will never see me. Now, this is not to say working as a civil servant is bad, but spending the rest of your most productive years working as a civil servant, no, that's slavery. Now, just in case you don't know, do you know some people are this? Some people, one person stole over 1 billion in pension funds. This is Mr. Man in 2017, October 22. 1 billion, over 1 billion. That's people's pension funds. And that's the same country you want to literally depend on to be able to live your life to the fullest. You better wake up. And newsflash, trusting your financial life to someone else is not a strategy for wealth. What do I mean by that? You are working for someone and you think that person wants you to be wealthy. See, it is the bitter truth. Nobody that creates an organization and paying you salary has it low-key at the back of your mind that they want you to be wealthy. Little do you wonder why they pay you so low. It's because they want to get you coming back. Now, what can you do with 70,000 naira salary? You calculate it now. Let's be calculative. Let's say you are collecting 70,000 naira salary in a month. In a year, that's how much? 70,000 times 12. Let's put pen to paper. That is how much? 70,000 times 12. That's 800. It's not even up to 1 million. 840,000 naira. And here in the next 90 days cash flow challenge, we are going to be doing 1 million in 90 days. And here someone is 70,000 naira a month, 840. Now, that person will eat, that person will pay rent, that person will do inside that 70,000 naira monthly. So that's why for my Yoruba people, that's why they call it salary. 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 You see it once in a month. Now, have you asked yourself one honest question? Are you spending money once in a month? You spend money every blessed day. Why are they paying you once in a month? Let's generalize it. You spend money in 365 days of every year, but they only pay salary earners 12 times. What other better definition of improper fraction is that? That is literally 365 over 12. That is improper fraction. If you are spending money every day, you should be making money every day. So that's why you cannot trust your financial life to someone else. It is not a strategy for wealth. You can't create wealth that way. You cannot, if you have not had it, hear it now. You cannot create wealth with a salary mentality. And that is why this section is all about mindset shift. That's why it's about mindset shift. Now, one step to change your financial blueprint. First off, you must be aware that this is not the level you are supposed to be right now financially. Because without that awareness, you can't change anything. It is what you are aware of that you want to create a change of. Just like my brother here, Mr. Timmy, he came to a full awareness. It was so obvious. I knew when we met, I just knew he was tired of the bare minimum. He was tired. He was tired. So he did not even argue. He could not argue. He could not say, it's not working, it's not this. He plugged in immediately. And that can only happen because he was aware of the fact that this level has come to stay and he doesn't want it to stay. When you are aware of something, it is easier to make a change in that direction. But when you are not aware, everything looks normal. I, for one, am aware that I want to level up. This is not the level I want to be. And that's why I set my goal ridiculously high. I told myself I want to end this year with 100 million naira as a financial goal. And I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it. Why? Because I am aware that I am supposed to level up. Nations are waiting. People are hungry. The master is in need of vessel that would help as many people as possible to come into financial abundance. And I'm privileged to be one of the chosen ones. So, and I will not stop. And that is why our confession say, I will not stop until I achieve financial freedom. It takes somebody who is financially free to be able to help as many people as possible. And that's why I want us to do it together. If you are ready to pay the price, you are in a clan that everything is possible. Now, the belief system of the success of the positive and negative mindset. The negative side of people believe rich people are greedy, while the positive minded people believe rich people are generous. The negative side of people believe it takes money to make money. The positive side of people believe it takes creativity to make money. Just like I said when I started, the phone you are using to connect with me now is somebody's creative juice. Somebody thought about how can I be here and talk to somebody in the UK? What can I create? He created it and boom, the person became a multi-billionaire. The clothes you are wearing is somebody's creative juice. Somebody thought of, okay, what can I create that will make... What I'm wearing now is somebody's creative juice. Anything around you, think about it. The bed you are on, the chair you sit is somebody's creative juice. So it is not money you lack, it is creativity you lack. And that's one of the things the 90 days cash flow challenge is going to give you. It gives you the ability to be more creative. You begin to create stuff that people will pay you for. I am too old to make a change. A positive person believes that I am never too old to make a change. I am never too old to make a change. So the second one is modeling. We start from verbal programming. The second one is modeling. Now, this is where you will now notice that this is one of the major cause of people's brokenness. So, how many times did your parents eat meat in a year? In some families, they only eat it in festive period. Now, how will you now tell that kind of person that they will be wealthy and they will just believe? It's impossible now because over the years, they've modeled that pattern for them that you only eat meat during Christmas and New Year period. That kind of person, we find it very difficult to believe that they can be wealthy. So when you meet people and you are telling them about our opportunity in the Zillionaire network, and they are saying no, it's not their fault. It is what they have been modeled, like they have modeled poverty for them so much that if you tell them they can make 1 million in 90 days, they will think you want to use them as ritual. That's how bad it is for some people. Modeling. Where did your parents take you to on vacation? For some of us, we have never even got what? Vacation. Have you ever So now you can imagine now that's some people's normal lifestyle. They literally go on vacation twice every quarter of the year. Some people have gone to one this year, and at this first January to March. Some people have done two now already. They do it twice every quarter of the year. Why? For some people, they have not even been able to afford it once in a year. That's vacation. For some people, it's a norm. So now imagine being given birth to in a family where they go on vacation twice every quarter of the year. Imagine someone that comes from that kind of family, and imagine someone coming from a family that they don't even know what it means to go on vacation. They don't even know what it means to go on vacation. It will be hard. It will be very difficult for that kind of person to believe, and it is not their fault. You won't blame them. It's the modeling they have been given since when they were giving birth to. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. Did they buy you things only once in a month when they get their salary? Yes, I was there. They only buy. Thank God for growth now. I mean, things are a lot better now. I remember then when I was it primary school or secondary school, they only get us, my dad and mom, they only buy me stuff, me and my younger one stuff during festive period. That is the only time. And I'm sure I'm not alone. If you are someone like that too, when you were younger, raise your hands. I'm very sure I'm not alone. When I was younger, then the only time we experienced anything new, where clothes and footwear, shoes, wristwatches is concerned, is only during festive season, December and New Year. That is the only time. And they tried. That was the level they could afford. But right now, I buy myself stuff when I want to. It's not when festive period don't determine me getting myself new stuffs. So you can expect somebody who have been programmed that way to believe, yes, once in a year during Christmas season, that's the only time some people experience anything new. That's the only time. So these are the things that has influenced the way we see money. Now, the principle of wealth, success and unsuccessful people. Successful people create their success. They take responsibility. Successful people take responsibility for their success, while unsuccessful people play the victim game. Life, it's because I was giving birth to in a poor background. It was because this is because that they always play the blame game. They are the same person that justify money is not important. They complain a lot. And should I tell you the truth, the honest truth? What you focus on, expand. Once you keep playing the victim game, you are bound to play that victim game till you die. Until you begin to take responsibility for the kind of success you want to create, a lot of things will not change. Just the same way about what we are building here. If you don't take responsibility to be part of what we are doing here, nothing is going to change. I mean, we are telling you that you can literally generate 1 million naira in 90 days. That tells you something. Have we done that before? So that's you taking. We are going to be showing you the blueprint like this. The only thing you are paying for is your subscription fee. Now, I'm talking to the new set of people now. Yes, we are going to be doing details, whatever, on Monday. I think the only person that has not connected, gotten a subscription, whatever, is Olagbaye Precious. Every other person is connected already. Yes. So by Monday, please stay tuned. We are going to be doing what we call the 90 days cash flow blueprint. The 90 days cash flow financial blueprint. Like I said, the least you can make in that 90 days is 1 million, except you are not connected. Once you connect yourself by getting your subscription, whatever, you are good to go. Just follow the blueprint. It has been printed. Follow the step and boom, you achieve it. Am I making sense? Yes. Moving on. Successful people make money to win. They create abundant riches. Why? Unsuccessful people make money not to lose. They are always guiding that small 2K, that small 20K, that small 50K in their account. You've forgotten that if you don't use it as a tool, or if you don't see money as a tool, you will forever be slave to it. If you don't see money as a tool for wealth creation, you will forever be a slave to it. If you will not be picking anything from this section tonight, let this ring straight down into your bones. If you don't see money as a tool, you will forever remain a victim to it. If you don't see it as a tool for wealth creation, you will forever serve money. That is the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. Unsuccessful people resent the rich. Successful people admire the rich. Unsuccessful people think either or, is either good or bad. Successful people think both, either bad or good. We are good to go. Can you see the mindset? Are you seeing the mindset? Now, the second, see, on this 90 days cash flow challenge, for the first 7 days, and it is because you believe once you cannot complain for the first 7 days, that means you can run the challenge all through. No complaining. Once we say this is what we are doing, you do no operation, no complaining. This is the wealth portal. Key into it. What is it? 50K, 70K to connect to your stuff. Connect. Don't complain, because that's one of the things that has robbed many people opportunities that could have changed their life completely. Start taking responsibility for everything that is happening in your life, starting from tonight. Stop playing the blame game. Stop playing the blame game. Now, let's do the second declaration. I am creating the exact level of my financial success. I am creating tell yourself 5 times. I am creating the exact level of my financial success. I am creating the exact level of my financial success. I am creating the exact level of my financial success. I am creating the level of my financial success. I am creating the exact level of my financial success. The second one, the fourth one, I am willing to help thousands of people as I create generational wealth. I am willing to help thousands of people as I create generational wealth. I am willing to help thousands of people as I create generational wealth. I am willing to help thousands of people as I create generational wealth. I am willing to help thousands of people as I create generational wealth. Now, why should we be rich? Why should we be wealthy? You might ask. The lifestyle. I don't know about you, but I love the lifestyle. The best of the cars, vacations, nice trips. I want it. I don't know about you, but I want it. I want it. So that is one of the reasons why I want to be very, very rich, very, very successful, very, very rich, very, very successful. Longevity. Have you noticed that when you make money work for you, you live longer? People that make money work for them, that's $100 is their life. That man is still going to enjoy money till he dies. Dangote, the reason why they can stand the test of time to enjoy their money more is because they have created wealth that afford them to make more money and enjoy their life. So longevity, you will live longer when you create wealth. And that's why you need to create it now. Create it now. You will live longer. And contribution, I'm big on this. I mean, by the end of the year, it's a goal. It's one of my goals. I want to feed 1,000 people in Nigeria. It might be Ilorin, it might be anywhere, but by the end of this year, in December, is a goal. I made it a goal and I know God sees my heart. And this is one of the major reasons why I need to hit my goal, 100 million naira before the end of the year. It's a goal that I set for myself, that I am going to feed one, and that is going to lead us to giving birth to the Zillionaire Foundation. Yes, they are going to have the Zillionaire Foundation where we give alms, we help more people. Yes, I am personally, okay, people can join me on the go, but I already made a commitment that I'm going to feed 8,000 people this year. I am going to feed 1,000 people. It only takes somebody who has achieved financial freedom to do that. Somebody who has so much to do that. You can't just wake up one morning with your 100K salary and say you want to feed 1,000 people. You and I know it's not possible. Exactly. So that is more of the reasons why we need to create wealth. Let's go again with the declaration. I can be kind, loving, spiritual, and really rich. I can be kind, loving, spiritual, and really rich. I can be kind, loving, spiritual, and really rich. I can be kind, loving, spiritual, and really rich. I can be kind, loving, spiritual, and really rich. let's take it a step further. Yes, successful people make money to win. They create abundance riches. People, I said this earlier. So successful people admire the rich. Unsuccessful people resent the rich. Okay, I think the one I've done, yeah, bigger. So successful people are bigger than their problems, while unsuccessful people are smaller than their problems. And I'm going to explain. Now, when successful people see a problem, now, so let's say this is you as at the moment. Your problem is bigger than you. A successful person understands that. Problem will never finish. You need to understand that. You grow more, you become more than the problem. Let's say your expense, so let's streamline it to that problem is indicating 5 million naira and you only have 500K. What do you need to do? Grow your capacity to become someone who can make that 5 million and tackle the problem. Or do it better by growing above it, by making 10 million, 20 million, 50 million, 100 million. So now, is the problem still there? Yes. Have you grown above it? Yes. Can you see it now? So successful person understand that problem will never finish. The only escape route is to grow beyond it. Be bigger than the problem. Successful people know, they know this, that as for problem, it will never finish. And that is the truth. The earlier you know this, the better. As for problem, it will never finish. But the only escape route is to be bigger than the problem. And the problem can be 5 million. Grow and become someone who is making 50 million. Now, is the problem still there? But does it affect you again? No. Why? Because you grew. You grew by harnessing knowledge, growing in knowledge, taking trainings, understanding how this money thing works, creating wealth, and becoming someone who is now making 50 million naira monthly. So the 5 million naira will never be a problem again. But is the problem still there? Yes. But have you grown? Yes. So let's say, let me be practical. So this is your current state. This is you, and that is your problem. Now, look at you now. So you decided to grow. Now, you embrace, one of the growth that you are doing now is you embrace the 90 days cash flow challenge and you begin to develop capacity. You are learning, you are unlearning, you are relearning. Boom. You increase in capacity, you begin to earn more. Now, did the problem reduce? No. But is it affecting you? No. Why? You grew. You grew. You grew. So let's say that problem is 5 million. You now grew to 6 million. So you are 1 million stronger than the problem now, right? What if you now take it a notch higher? You grew. You developed more capacity. You learned a lot. You unlearned a lot. You relearned a lot. You took this 90 days cash flow challenge like your life depends on it. And you hit the biggest income you've ever hit within that short period of time. Now, did the problem disappear? But is the problem afraid of you now? Yes, it is. Why? You grew. So this right here is the goal of the 90 days cash flow challenge. If you've not made 1 million in 90 days before, get ready. If you've not made 3 million in 90 days before, get ready. If you've not made 10 million in 90 days before, get ready, because it is possible. Literally, for me, starting from the April, I'm going to more like create a formal announcement that every conversation, anything that I'm having, when it does not look like 90 days cash flow challenge, count me out. Count me out. It's okay not to like me for that. It's okay. So far, you are not the one feeding me and you are not ready to give me 100 million naira. You want to go? Find your way. Find your way. I only want to do that next 90 days with people who are going to share in this goal, who are going to share in this vision. Yes, they might call it pride, they might call it whatever it is that they want, but I am the one that know what I want. And I am very particular and intentional about change. I tell people, anger is a gift of God to man. What you don't get angry about, you tolerate. You didn't hear that? I'll say it again. Anger, depends on how you use it though. Anger is one of the best gifts God gave man. Because Until, see, have you noticed, just like this Mr. Timmy here now, that I met that same day, funny enough, I didn't even run presentation. I only gave him a mindset shift and boom, he connected. Now, you notice that he has gotten to that place where he got angry with his current level. That I can't be on this level. I am tired. Until you develop that holy, okay, yes, let me call it holy anger. That was what I developed when I went into that store here in Abuja and I saw 900,000 naira on one wristwatch. And right beside me, somebody swapped his card and bought one. He bought the one of 750,000 naira. Just one wristwatch. Just one. Immediately I developed a holy anger that damn, that's some level of comfort for someone to be able to conveniently afford a wristwatch of 750,000. That person must be living from some realm of abundance. If it was a poor person, they'll be like, we don't know where they are seeing their money from. Maybe they are doing ritual. Is it everybody that is doing ritual? That's one of the reasons why a lot of people are still poor. You can't be envying something and attract it. It will not work. You cannot be envying something and attract it. You will never attract it. And that's why a lot of people will die poor. It's not a cause. It's a principle of cause and effect. Cause and effect. That's another topic for another day. But know that until you get angry about a particular state, there's a high possibility that that thing will never change. The kind of anger I have towards poverty right now, oh dear Lord, is uncomparable. My book. Now, for those that are on the, yes, for the newbies, after the induction on Monday, you will join that group. The 90 days, we have a group for that. 90 days cash flow challenge. Now, the goal is to develop, for the newbies, don't worry, we are going to intimate you. The goal is to develop 900 contacts. Now, we have not entered April. I've done 31. Don't know if you can see it. I've done 31. And I've not even entered April. Why? Because I know, like I know my name, that I cannot go all the way to develop that the blueprint we are using. Develop 900 contacts and get them to see what we are building, and all the 900 people will say no. It's not possible. The law of average states that out of that 900, 90 is bound. If the law of average says that for every 10 people that you show this opportunity, one person connect. So that means if I show 900 people this opportunity, 90 will connect. So let's do the calculation. Let's do the layman calculation. 90 multiplied by the least connector bonus we get with this opportunity is 20,000 per connection, right? That's 90 times 20,000. Now, aside the matching bonus, that's 1.8 million. Don't know if you can see it. 1.8 million of connector bonus. 1.8 million naira. So if you don't make anything lesser than 1 million, just know you were the one that did not play your game well. Have it at the back of your mind that the only thing that will not make you, to make anything 1 million and above is because you did not follow the blueprint. Once you follow the blueprint to the letter, and that's why we are going to have follow-up thing on standby where people are going, because content will be rolling back to back to back. Presentations are going to be going back to back to back to back, because 900, for one, I don't know about you, but for folks that are following that blueprint, I am going to get 900 people's eyes on this particular challenge, because I want 90 people to be successful. And with that 90, those 90, we are going to build something massive in the third quarter of the year. So what am I saying? You need to get ready to develop capacity. You need to get ready to develop capacity. Now, the last point. The successful people act in spite of fear. Unsuccessful people stop because of fear. Can you see the mindset? Successful people, they know that thing, hey, but they act regardless. Why unsuccessful people? And that is why they are on the same spot for this long. Why? They are afraid. Hey, what if it will not work for me? They are full of negativity, full of pessimism. Nothing works in their eyes. Everything is a scam. Every opportunity is a scam. one of my mentors defined scam for me. He said, when you open up people to opportunities like this 90 days cash flow challenge now, and people call it a scam, just understand something. It simply means they are still confused about money. Did you get that? They are still confused about money. SCAM. Still confused about money. So it's not their fault. Successful people, they take both, they are both steppers. They fail, they try again. They fail, they try again. They take risk. But unsuccessful people, they are always afraid and they stop because of fear. Now, conclusion. Make money to win. And this is what the 90 days cash flow is all about. Make money to win, admire the rich, think both, bigger than they are bigger than their problem, and they act in spite of fear. Now, are you ready to create your future? Are you ready to create your future? Now, let me tell you one beautiful thing about the 90 days cash flow challenge that a lot of people don't know. But because you are on air, now, for one, I already told myself, I only want to work with 50 serious, intentional, and hungry people, because those are the people that can do this challenge. People that are too comfortable cannot do this challenge, because at the expense of any task you give them, they give excuses. I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I cannot do this, it's too that. That is why they are where they are. I only want to do it with 50 intentional, teachable, and hungry people. 50. I'm okay with 50. Just 50. So 50 interested persons. Out of the 50, I've gotten two. Two. The second person should be making doing a subscription, I think, on Monday. Yes, and like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 is 50. I need 50. 50 serious. Now, the goal is to, of course, hit 90, but 50 serious and intentional human beings that are very particular about scaling their income, increasing their earning capacity. And the beautiful thing about the 90 days cash flow challenge is, by the third quarter of the year, what you are going to be making as a result of what we are doing these 90 days will shock you. You will be making more. You will be able to help more people. You will now start influencing people in a lot of benefits. A lot of benefits. And there are going to be prices attached to people that stand out. The details of this are going to be coming out subsequently. So stay tuned. For folks that are not on the group, after Monday, we will add you guys to the group, the 90 days cash flow challenge. Yeah, that's the group, the general, whatever. We are going to add you there so that you can follow up on the daily updates that we're going to be dispensing. So yes, like I said, are you ready to create your future? If the answer is yes, then get ready to do the impossible. Olagbaye Precious, can you hear me? If you can hear me, kindly unmute your mic. Unmute your mic.